Azania Shabari asked, okay, so why is the entire Africa then in South Africa? And why are African leaders failing their own? So in my take on how I see things, people are, the rest of Africa, or the African brothers and sisters are in South Africa because of development. South Africa is very developed. In all sectors, it's developed. We'll talk about some of those developments in terms of infrastructure, right? There is job creation here. Some coming here, there's opportunities to actually create businesses, of which majority of, say, the foreign people who make a majority of African foreigners, Western foreigners, European foreigners, and you name it. Some of them come to this South Africa for job creation opportunities because the country has a diverse number of people, and within that you can create different type of businesses that will create major economy for the country. Then of course those people will pay tax, and most of these job creations, they benefit mostly the country because tax gets paid directly to the country. Some come here for job seeking, yeah, so some come to create jobs, while some come to seek jobs, and these some of them are documented. Majority should be documented. So when they're documented, they'll come here with some of those special skills, the engineers, the technicians, the IoT people, the doctors, the builders, the architects, and all that, extra skill, So they will try to seek that, with their skills from wherever country they're coming from, they'll seek for a job. And then majority, like within now this recent situation, we are hearing that there may be actually a lot of companies out there. I don't know where, in Stellenbosch here, you'll barely find actually companies that are employing, I don't know if any companies that are employing people who are not documented. Because now and then Home Affairs is coming here and they're going into shops. For example, Pick and Pay, they go everywhere. The Somalian shops, I think they also go there. But there's checks that happens around here. So some people are also here for educational reasons. So some people are here to learn, study, go to the university, and you name it. And then some of them, when they're finished, they're supposed to, of course, go back to the countries and do attachments, whereby some will choose and decide to stay in South Africa and maybe use that degree to better the economy of South Africa themselves. And while others, of course, will go back. It all depends on how people are looking into that. Some will come here seeking asylum, when other countries are in devastation out there. As of like right now, you see Ukraine, Russia, you might find that you may need to actually have some Ukrainians come here, for example. What happened in Libya, we have a lot of Libyans that came here. So wherever there is destruction, Congo, we've got a lot of Congolese. Zimbabwe, we've got a lot of Zimbabweans. Ethiopia, the destruction, we have got a lot of Ethiopians, a lot of Somalians. So we have a lot of Africans in the country based also on asylum, just due to a lot of destruction. It can be political affiliations. It can be them running from prosecution, from various things, of which sometimes we need to know actually what is it that people are running from when they're seeking asylum and stuff like that, of which, some people are here based on asylum. Some are here based on family ties, like for example me, before I even was born, I had family already here. So family ties, we will come here, we will visit. My mother would randomly come here a lot, to just buy stuff, meet my aunt, say hello. then come back to Zim. So we grew up already knowing that mom will go to South Africa for maybe a week or two. She'll see her aunt there, and then that was that. And some, South Africa will come for tourism, So when people visit the country, to go in these hotels, to do anything that is tourism, to go to the wildlife, to watch our children and our people dance, make the music, all these things, watch the rugby, watch the soccer, that is part of tourism, which makes money for the country. Various businesses, they get paid and they pay tax, so you see everybody wins. So tourism is also one of the reasons why a lot of people are in South Africa. It sells, South Africa is just beautiful. So a lot of people actually love the beauty, and they want to be here and would appreciate. They actually come here. They love it, to appreciate it, protect it, take care of it, in that order. The infrastructure is beautiful. The roads are built lovely, everything is maintained, the road infrastructure works, the telephone system works. It's very diverse, internet, we have got various ISPs offering different data rates, you name it. We have got a variety of educational systems that are really universities that are amongst the best in the world, in Africa. These universities have got a lot of resources to ensure that these students, they pass, but not only pass, they pass with high grades, major standards. Stellenbosch University, they invest a lot of money in ensuring that the students, they get the best of the best education, so that they can go and be something with their life. Even look at me, a dropout, I can still be something. That's how much wisdom and encouragement and knowledge that Stellenbosch have taught me over these years, So infrastructures being amazing, having good education systems, health systems, road systems. These things are important for us, South Africa, to maintain this, not take this for granted, because Zimbabwe had this at some point, but with all these distractions within the party, which then led to chaos in the streets. The war vets, they went and they took what they took. So we can't have lawlessness happen, because then some of this infrastructure will never stay like that. Some of this infrastructure will not sell like that for us to have then tourism, things like that. So we always have to value that. So one of the reasons why African people and foreigners and majority of people visit South Africa is because of tourism. Technological development is of course part of those infrastructure. We were speaking about business opportunities. There's a lot of business opportunities in South Africa. A lot of people actually don't understand that a job is sweet. I worked in a job, extra skills, doing what I do. I think I was getting paid just around 15K. I was one of the youngest to get a company car, amazing stuff, wisdom, spirit. I believe in God, so, we get to what we gotta get to. So at the end of the day, I was still not happy with the job, because I knew that the job is only putting food in my mouth, but I was born for bigger things. So I always create different variety of things, to a point when I got to creating the network. I saw it serving more people than just like, when I create a song of course touches a lot of people. But with internet networks, these type of solutions, we're actually helping people day in, day out in their households, ensuring that, their homes are always good, they are happy. So the business opportunities in South Africa being a hub, it brings a lot of people here to do a lot of creations. Believe me, it helps the country. We should impart these skills, this knowledge to most of these kids. We should get the kids are very excited to learn skills. We should get them we should get education to trend, then we are winning some of these battles. So that's why some of these Africans and foreigners are coming to South Africa, because there's a lot of business opportunities, and it being the hub of African development. And when just the world started developing, when a lot of countries were unstabilizing, due to a lot of political fusions and stuff, South Africa has been stabilizing because South Africa won its independence just as of recent. So it will make sense that it will keep, and it's still keeping this standing. But believe me, people, we need to play carefully and cautious on how we move forward, because it's important to protect all these things that are being said, the business opportunities, the technology developments, the infrastructure, the tourism, like these family ties, the education, the job seeking, the job creation, when need be, if asylum is necessary, we give asylum. But South Africa shouldn't be a port, of everybody to like, let's arrive there. South Africa, to many people, is the United States of Africa, right? Because it has a lot of freedoms, a lot of happiness, a lot of equality that many other African countries do not have. So this South Africa allows a lot of people to enjoy life, and on earth it's important to live life enjoying it. So a lot of these people love this Republic of South Africa, and they're merging with the people because they've seen how happy and how beautiful South African people actually are. So in good times, while we're creating back to good times, that is what what they want when they come here. They're looking for all these things. From the top, that's development. South Africa is very developed. Job creation, people can create jobs and help a lot of people create different sectors, which helps the country's economy boom. Some people come here to seek for jobs, educational reasons to learn, asylum, family ties, tourism, all of that, infrastructure, very good. Technological developments, business opportunities in South Africa being a hub, while others look at South Africa as the United States of Africa. So that is why a lot of Africans are here in South Africa, and majority of people around the world are here in South Africa to improve the economy, to make it even bigger than what it is now. But what we cry for is for it, of course, to include the South African child fairly, equally, and educate, because without education, anyone can have something, but they won't be able to sustain and maintain that without proper understanding. So those are some of the reasons Azania Shabari, why a lot of Africans and foreigners will be in South Africa. The next question is, why are African leaders failing their own, and hence why they all have to flock into other people's countries, for example. So we touch up on that in the last piece regarding these questions by Azania Shabari.